start off, how nice is it just to be back in Fresno?
Yeah, we haven't been home in a couple weeks, man. We came home for maybe 24 hours or so, did some laundry, jumped back on a bus and grabbed another plane. It's been a really hectic couple weeks, and it's really nice to be home. We haven't practiced here in 2.5 weeks, so we get to practice here and then we get to play here all weekend.
10-game road trip. Wow, what do you think? What did you guys take away from that?
Well, the big thing is what we've tried to do different this year is get out on the road against Power 5 conference teams and see how many RPI points we can pick up. And our strength of schedule is way better than it's been the last couple of years, just because we get to play out on the road. You play at Tennessee and you play at Stanford and you play at Oregon. All that works in your favor. And you know how that works is you win on the road, you get 1.2 wins. You win at home, you only get 0.8 wins. So really, we split with Oregon 2-2, but it was 2.4 to 1.6 as far as the NCAA is concerned, so we win. Plus, we get the strength of schedule points of our opponents and our opponents' opponents. So you put that together with the Tennessee, and it's 3.2 wins to 3.2 wins, but we get the RPI and the strength of schedule points. It's a win-win for us.
And I know you guys didn't get the win against Stanford, but you got to be proud of the way that the guys played, 2-0.
Yeah, kids played hard. It was a good ball game from start to finish. And again, we get the RPI points and we get strength schedule points. And it's not just playing them. That's a lot. But you get opponents, so we get all the Pac-12 points too.
Is this one of the craziest seasons you guys have had with weather?
Yeah, we haven't had a normal day yet. Forget about a normal weekend. We've played in the heaviest rain that I've ever played in consistent rain. Our schedules, almost every game has been changed on the road. The game times, game days have been changed. We're switching flights and hotels on the fly, on the road. And when you're doing that for 35 people, that's a lot of work. So again, it's really nice to be home.
5 games in 3 days, better than 6 in 3, right? So what's the mentality heading into that?
You just empty your tank on game one. If you're smart, I think. You start thinking ahead and you leave some bullets in your gun. You go home and wish you could have done something. So we're going to have everybody on the board but more for game one, and everybody on the board but Jensen for game 2, and we'll figure out game 3 when we get to it.
So is this a chance for the younger guys to get some reps in there?
Well, let's hope not. Let's hope the older guys do it and we got a lead and we can just go. But the chances of more guys playing what you're referring to and more guys playing more important role in extended innings is pretty good.
Taking on a weekend like this where you could jump significantly standings-wise in conference, what does that do? Obviously, Ashford said it's one game at a time. You say it's one game at a time, but in the back of your mind, you could do a significant damage with 5 games.
Yeah, you can go one way or the other pretty hard, and as soon as you start thinking about that instead of pitch one and inning one, that's when you get in trouble, and that's why everybody, that's the old cliche, one game at a time, one pitch at a time, one inning at a time, because it's true. You start getting something else in your brain. We're not good enough to think about 3 different things and still win and beat Air Force. We've got to think about game 1, inning 1, getting in, getting out of it, and then we can get to inning 2. I haven't coached any team ever that was good enough to do that. The competition's too good.
Why is Air Force's offense so lethal?
That's a good question for them. I don't know.
Do you think it's just the discipline at the plate for them?
I don't know.
Yeah. So what do you know about the Falcons?
All I've had time to do is watch some game film on their pitchers today. Like I said, we've been out on the road for a couple weeks and we're just getting to this. I'll get in a little deeper to the video tonight and tomorrow. But we had to prepare for the pitcher so we can make our practice attain to that.
Isn't this kind of a little deja vu? Back in 2013, you guys played Air Force over here because of the snowstorm?
Seems like I remember something like that, like we played 4 or 5 here a couple years back, yeah.